Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Taking the Lead. I'm Ken Jacobs of Jacobs Consulting and Executive Coaching, as I'm pretty sure you know. And you're most likely watching this in February of 2025. But even if you read it later in the year, if you view it later in the year, that's probably fine. And I want to talk about one of my favorite subjects today. And if you're on the agency side, PR marketing, advertising, communications, integrated communications, as many of you are, that topic, which is very important for you, is biz dev, new business. And I just want to share six initial reasons why it's so important to have a strategic, written biz dev plan. Now, you should have done this last October or November or December or even January of this year. But if you didn't, that's fine. Give yourself some grace. It's never too late. You've got 11 more months of the year to generate the kind of income that you want for your agency. So let me start with a strongly held opinion, which that it's not optional, right? You're either, think about what Ben Franklin said. If you're not um, planning to succeed, you're planning to fail. I know you're not planning to fail, but I also know that if you have a strategic written biz dev plan that you check in on monthly, you greatly increase the chance that you will succeed and you'll reach the numbers that you want by the end of the year. Here's another reason. It usually takes a really long time to pursue and win a client. If you've ever pursued a dream client, and you should have your list of dream clients, the ones you really want to work with. But if you've had the experience of pursuing and winning, you know that from the first discussion, the first, interaction and engagement till they write you a check takes a very long time. So time's a wasted. Let's get on it. Next, your agency may be fired for reasons not tied to agency performance. And that certainly happened a lot in 24 and 23. The tea leaves are that 2025 will be a better year for the agency business, but there still are times you're going to be fired that have nothing to do with agency performance. They want a bigger agency, they want a smaller agency, they want a group of other consultants, they've got a relative in the business, whatever it may be. And if you assume that will happen, something's going to fall off the back of the truck through no fault of your own. If you've got an active biz dev plan, it's just much easier to recover from that because you've got, a few interactions on the back burner, you've got maybe a few in the medium burner, if you will, and then maybe you've got a few that are pretty close to signing on. It just makes it easier to withstand, just a very real thing that happens in the agency world. So that's three. Number four, your budget may be reduced. And again, we certainly experienced that a lot in 24 and 23. It may or may not happen in 25. I hope it doesn't. But an active, strategic, written, forgive me for repeating myself, but that's how important it is, biz dev plan will help you withstand that. Number five, I don't believe that flat performance is an option. As I've often said, I'm not a marine biologist, but like George Costanza, I play one on TV. My understanding, why do I use that line? My understanding is, for example, that sharks must keep moving to survive. That's my understanding. You as an agency leader, CEO, owner, senior executive, no, I don't want you to be a shark and behave in a predatory way. We want you to be a dolphin. But that said, just as sharks must keep moving to survive, I believe agencies must keep growing to survive. And you don't have to double, you don't have to grow by 40% or 30% unless you want to. You can grow by 20% or 15 or 10. It's up to you, but you must keep bringing in new clients, um, because you've probably got some very talented, ambitious staffers. They want responsibility, they want better title, they want better money, they want better bonuses. The only way you can deliver on that is if you're growing your accounts by bringing in new clients, clients you haven't worked with yet. And last, I believe the what I call the RFP hamster wheel is futile. Now, I'm not talking about a very strategic RFP response where you've built a relationship with a prospect and they say, hey, we're putting this RFP out to 5 agencies. Do you want to participate? Oh, yes. Then it's an enthusiastic yes, participate. I hope you'll win the business. But if it's one of those open roll call where you just sense they've sent the RFP to 20 to 50 agencies, and it doesn't seem like they've been choiceful. And perhaps the person who contacts you leading the RFP is sort of not at a very high level. I don't think it's worth pursuing. And I would encourage you to see if I'm right or wrong. Look at the open cattle call RFPs your agency has participated in the last few years. Again, not the targeted ones. How many of them have you really won? How many of them have generated the kind of work you want to do and generated the kind of income so that you can meet your top and bottom line goals? Every agency I've worked with, when they review the open RFPs in which they've participated in just because they've been invited, their win rate is very low, yet they've invested tons of time. And, that's your most precious resource as an agency owner. And remember, many will ask you to participate in an open RFP because they have to, because they're regulated. They're the Blueberry Council or the Florida Citrus Commission or whatever it may be. I know Florida Citrus works with large agencies, but at any rate, many of them have to open up to bid every 2 years. They may be very happy with the incumbent, or maybe they just want some fresh thinking. Now, I appreciate that many viewers of taking the lead might be on the government side or other sides where you must participate in RFPs. I get that. But that's not what we're talking about. So if you agree with me, and I hope you do, that the open call, cattle call, open RFP hamster wheel is futile, that's just another reason to have the business development plan or the new business plan we've been discussing. We're going to be talking more about BizDev in the coming months. So I please hope you'll come back, leave us a comment if you'd like to discuss how you're doing with BizDev and how you might be able to do better. Please reach out to me for a complimentary 45-minute session. KEN at jacobscomm.com. Again, KEN at jacobscomm.com. And until next time, especially when it comes to BizDev, keep on taking the lead.